So we've been talking about the universal laws. So there are, laws that kind of govern the universe, and those laws that govern the universe govern each and every one of us or affect each and every one of us in some way, shape, or form. So this is the week 5 of the universal laws. And if you missed 1 through 4, they're on the YouTube channel, Present Moment Inc. But just to kind of remind you, week 1 is the universal law of oneness, that everything is connected, that everything has an impact or an effect on everything else. And universal law number 2 is the law of vibration, which means that we are energy, and energy, cannot be created nor destroyed. Energy is something that is always available to us, and how we tap into and utilize our own energy, our own source, is really up to us. The more awareness we have, the more tuned in we can be to our vibration, the law of vibration. And the third law is the law of correspondence, which allows us to recognize how we communicate with ourselves. How are we talking to ourselves? What are we recognizing? What are we paying attention to? How are we communicating inward? Because every thought that we have affects everything that we do. And the fourth universal law is the law of attraction. That's manifestation. That is, how do we get what it is that we desire, that we deserve? How do we understand our value in relationship to the things that we would like to attract? So how we talk to ourselves, how we treat ourselves, how we understand ourselves, these are all part of the universal laws. So the next law of the universe is the law of inspired action. So I'll give you an example of an inspired action. Take a nice deep inhale through your nostrils, fill your belly, fill your chest cavity. Your breath is your inspiration. It's your life force. It inspires your body. And on the exhale, softly, gently release and relax a little bit deeper. Followed by a nice deep inhale through the nostrils, using the respiratory system to activate the body, to inspire the body. And on the exhale, it's a release of all of the things that are no longer necessary, or that have expired, or have been used and depleted. And it's followed by another inspiration. So while you guys are practicing inspiration on the noticing of the inhalation and the relaxation of the physical body on the exhale, we're going to talk a little bit more about what it means to be inspired and to take inspired action. So continue that breath. Think about softening the muscles on your face and relaxing your jaw, and letting your shoulders gently drop away from your ears on the next exhale. Maybe you might notice somewhere else in the physical body that you're holding on to tension, and you can softly and gently release that too. Remember, it's softly and gently. Follow the breath in. A nice, beautiful inhalation fills the body, and on the exhale, it's a soft, gentle release. So, in the law of attraction, we are looking to create or manifest the best possible version of ourselves, and that purpose that comes with that. Right, each and every one of us has a burning desire to accomplish something, to create something, to become something. And when we slow down the thoughts, we become more clear on what some of those goals are. And it doesn't matter if you're 12 or 25 or 50 or 70. We all have goals. We all have next level, next step things that we're working towards. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, softly, gently release. So when you think about what it is that you would like to manifest or create in your life, whether it's a feeling, whether it is an item, whether it is a relationship, it could be anything. The manifestation can be anything, and it does not have to be grandiose. It has to be what meets your next level. So we talked a little bit about it last week. You have to believe that you are worthy of what it is that you're asking for, and then you must take inspired action. So inspired action is the next step in the creation of the life of your dreams. So we dream about things. And when we dream about things that are aligned with us, things that make sense to us, we get excited about them. And when we get excited about those things, we're inspired to take action. So, inspired action comes from an emotionally charged place. And it's usually a positive, emotionally charged place. It usually feels right. It feels next step. It feels next level. And it's not something that's overthought. It's something that's felt, feels right, feels next step, feels next level, not analyzed, but felt. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. So when we think about what it is that we're creating or attracting or putting out there, then we think about what it is, how it makes us feel, and what direction we want to take the next step in. So there's inspired action, which comes with a highly charged emotion, with a direction, with a desire, with a knowing. The other types of action are neutral action, which we do every day, the Groundhog Day kind of activities where we're doing the same thing, where we're just kind of on autopilot. And, those are our neutral actions. So we know the difference between a neutral action and an inspired action. And the third type of action is a forced action. And a forced action usually is rooted in a negative kind of emotional response, whether it's out of fear or, overly logical response to something where we're just not aligned, but we're trying really hard to figure it out. So we take that action because we believe, not we feel, but we believe that in some way that's the next action. So forced action creates stress or physical exhaustion. Inspired action creates more energy. So we know when we're moving down our path, when something feels aligned and we want to take action because it feels right, that's inspired action. When we feel forced to take action, then that might also be an opportunity to step back, have the awareness to step back and notice, and maybe choose a slightly different direction. Maybe tweak a goal that has been set. Maybe, take some moments of reflection to see if this path that you're on is not leading you towards another path. So a forced action might be an opportunity for a redirection. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. We want to stay with the inspired. And the breath is inspiration. There's an invigoration that happens when you inhale and fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, relax into who you really are. So when we find quiet, stillness in the body, soften our thinking, we become more clear. When we are over analytical, we actually move ourselves into a point of paralysis. We're unable to move in any direction because we've thought out all of the directions. We've overthought and now we're stuck. So when it comes to actually taking action and moving in a direction, we want it to be the direction that feels right. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, softly, gently release. We want to move away from the traditional things like we are supposed to do that because others before us have always done that. We want to start to take the pause and listen in our own heart and know what feels right for you. What makes sense for you. The law of inspired action teaches us to move in the direction that feels right. Nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. Nice deep inhale in. On the exhale, softly, gently release. Check back in with the muscles on your face. Check back in with the jaw, the shoulders. Continue to allow the body to soften. Continue to allow the thoughts to soften. This is a non-judgmental, heart opening, mind softening, body relaxation opportunity to check in with yourself, to get to know yourself a little bit better so that you can have the awareness or the recognition about when it is that you would like to shift, when it is that you would like to move in another direction because it feels right. What it is that really is important to you will rise up in the stillness and be ignored in the chaos. Each and every one of you know inspired action. You know that when you are aligned with what your heart feels and what your mind is thinking and the body is taking action on, the energy arrives. It's like a surge. It's like a power surge. So energy is unlimited. Potential is untapped. And each and every one of you have the opportunity to find that alignment where when you are doing something, you know it's right. You find the alignment, you find the awareness, and you continue to take the action in the direction until you need to shift again. and make new choices based on the information that you've gathered on that leg of your journey to decide where you're going next. So we don't always get the big picture of what the end result will be, thank goodness, because then we would only attach to the end result and miss the journey along the way. We get the inspiration to move in the direction. And we take however many steps it is in that direction. It could be a day worth of steps. It could be a week worth of steps. It could be a month worth of steps. It could be years worth of steps. It could be decades worth of steps. It doesn't matter, because at some point we reach a level where we are no longer aligned with where we are, because it's time to shift. And we've been paying attention to all of the things that we've learned. And now we can take all of those things that we've learned and be inspired to move forward again. Be inspired to take the next step, which might take one day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year or 1 decade or 1 lifetime. As long as we continue to move. We're always moving in a direction. Make the direction that you're moving in be one that's aligned with what feels right for you. And if it doesn't, don't judge it, appreciate it for what it's showing you, and start looking at where it is that you might want to shift to next. Nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. On the exhale, relax, soften the muscles. Take a nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently relax, release. Follow the breath in, follow the breath out. Follow the breath in, follow the breath out. Just notice without judgment. Notice the things that are popping into your thoughts. Notice the things that are bubbling up in your feelings. Notice where in your physical body you're holding on to tension. And be okay with where you are right now, because you are on a path, you are on a journey. Each and every one of you are doing work, your own work. But I want you to also think about things that might have happened in the last week or month or year that clicked for you, that made sense for you, that felt right for you. So take a few moments, take a few breaths, and recognize, where has it been in the last year that you felt most aligned? What is it that inspires you, that fires you up, that lights you up, that gives you that surge of energy? It may not have been an experience yet, it might just be an idea. Whatever the idea is that fills your mind with the thoughts and desires, and fills the body with ideas of inspired actions. And then all we have to do is take one step in that direction and see how it feels. Because when you trust yourself enough to know that, one, you are worthy, and two, you know how to check in with yourself, you have the awareness to know actually how something feels. We don't need other people to validate what's right for us. We only need to trust that we know And how do we know? Because we are fortunate enough to be here, to be able to take the pause and ask ourselves, when was the last time you asked yourself how you felt about something? Or are you just running through neutral energy all the time? Are you running and, are you making your way on neutral? Let's really dig in and figure out where it is that you are feeling the most inspired in your life, and then follow that. In some way, shape, or form, shift your attention towards that which inspires you and see what unfolds. You're not going to know the ending. We don't want to know the ending. We want to know that we're moving in the direction on this path towards something that is leading us to a deeper understanding of who we are and what our purpose is. Nice deep inhale fills the body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. Inspiration, inspired action is the desire to move that comes with a powerful emotional response. It's part of your knowing. It's part of your trusting. It's part of your believing. How will we ever know ourselves if we don't ask ourselves what's important to us, how we feel about things? Every thought that you have lends itself to a response or an action in your body. So when we can slow the thoughts and recognize how we are speaking to ourselves, law of correspondence, and we can recognize our vibration, where is our energy and what are we focusing it on? And then we can ask the universe, or we can ask for the things that feel important along our path. And asking for them, believing you're worthy, taking action, inspired action, positive action, all creates the shift. Creates the shift in where your energy focus goes. It creates the shift in where your attention goes. It creates the shift in how you feel about yourself. It creates the shift in how others respond to you. And that all starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts. Challenge each and every one of you to wake up every morning and tell yourself that it's going to be a fabulous day, and then start to notice all the fabulous things that are happening about the day. You wake up and you say, today is going to be an amazing day. And then you take an amazing inhale and you're like, yep, check the box. I'm alive. It's already amazing. So what we draw our attention towards becomes what we attract. So we draw our attention towards being inspired, finding the things that connect or click or make sense or feel right, and aligning ourselves with more of that. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. On this inhale, I want you to feel deeper. I want you to feel the tingle in the chest and in the belly. I want you to feel the inspiration entering your body. Your breath is the inspiration for your cells. And on the exhale, softly, gently, kindly, non-judgmentally release that. Inhale fills and fuels you and moves you in the right direction. And the exhale releases the blockage, the stuck, the negativity, anything that is in your way. Another deep inhale. And another slow and steady exhale. Relax your jaw, soften the muscles on your face. Release your brow, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Find a spot in your body that still needs to soften or let go. This is your body's natural state. Take that inhale. The gentle exhale. This is where your body is most open to listening to itself. So if there's any questions that you might have of yourself, all you have to do is form those questions and notice. If we are not listening to what our own body is telling us, if we're not listening to the quality and caliber of our thoughts, if we are not listening to our own heart and its directional system, then we're disingenuine to who we are. We're removed from who we really are. We want to reconnect that. We want to reconnect to our spirit, to our soul, to the most authentic version of ourselves inside ourselves. This is the time and space to do it. So be inspired. Be inspired by what's important to you, not what other people think or what's important to other people that they would like to project onto you. Be inspired by what's important to you. And if you are not in an inspired place right now, then start to notice around you, what are the things, what direction can you move in that you will feel more inspired by? Because there's choices and opportunities surrounding us. We exhale the stuck and we inspire our bodies with the inhale. Ooh. So the law of inspired action just reminds us that when we are connected to the things that are most important to us, we feel it. We feel the impetus to move, and that's the time we move. Don't overthink it. Don't allow, the logical or the naysayer part of your brain to get in the way. Trust. It's part of your path.